everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Alyssa. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. This is going to be a full body Pilates workout. The equipment that I'm going to be utilizing today are a set of wrist weights and then also a resistance band today. If you do not have the wrist weights or resistance band, you do not have to utilize them. You can completely do all this exercises without. They are just there for a little bit of an extra added challenge, a little bit of extra spice. So we're going to go ahead and get started here today. You can go ahead and pop on those wrist weights, and then you can go ahead and meet me down on your mat. Your feet can be planted down on the mat. You can place one hand over your heart, one hand over your stomach, or both hands by your sides. To begin, we're just going to get connected here to our mat, feeling the ground beneath us. Good. Maybe you're dropping that spine down into the mat, dropping your rib cages down towards the mat as that pelvic floor lifts. Go ahead and take a nice big inhale here. Open up the mouth, sign it on out. Go ahead and take another nice big inhale. Holding it up at the top. Exhale, letting it on out. Good. As you exhale, dropping that lower back down even further into the mat. Taking your breaths at your own cadence here. Taking a moment to slow down, checking in with how you're feeling within your body, your mind. Being thankful that you showed up on the mat today. Practicing movement, joining me here on the mat. Whatever time of day, morning, evening, or night, you're showing up for yourself. Good. Begin to wiggle those toes for me here on the mat. Go ahead and begin to wiggle your fingertips. Maybe rolling out those wrists. Bringing awareness, bringing warmth to your mat here. Good. Maybe lifting up one right leg and rolling out that ankle. Placing that right leg down, begin to lift up that left, rolling out that ankle, and beginning to blink those eyes open as you go ahead and place that left foot down on the mat. You're going to go ahead and interlace those fingertips behind the head for me here. Those thumbs come down the bridge of the neck. The elbows become nice and wide. Good. You're going to then begin to float both those right legs and then those left up to tabletop position. Good. From here, you're going to go ahead and give me a nice inhale. And then as you exhale, you lift it on up for that nice upper up curl, dropping those rib cages down towards that spine. Inhale as you slowly lower it back down. Repeating this motion, exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Those knees are together, those heels are together, those toes are together. It's okay if those knees come in a little bit more, but not so much that they're in front of that chest. You still want to have that nice core engagement here, dropping it down slowly. Good. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Good. Repeating this motion here. You guys got it. These are just simple abdominal crunches. Nothing like you guys haven't seen before. Good. In 4, you're going to hold it on up into that nice upper ab curl. In 3, in 2, this next one right here, holding it on up into that nice upper ab curl, really scooping the belly button in towards that spine. From here, you can go ahead and begin to flex those feet. Go ahead and begin to drop down that right heel down to the mat and then lifting it back on up. Right side only. Dropping down that right heel down towards the mat and then lifting it back on up. I know it might seem a little bit weird having those feet flexed, but there is purpose in it for what we're going to be doing next on our mat. Good. Dropping it down, one right. Good. Right side only. You guys look beautiful. Good. In 4, we're going to go ahead and incorporate the left side. In 3, and 2. This next one right here, let's go ahead and incorporate that left side. So go ahead and drop down that left heel for me and then float it back on up to tabletop. Go ahead and drop down that left heel, bringing it back on up to tabletop. Good. Still keeping it up into that nice upper ab curl. If you need to simply lower down those head, neck, and shoulders, if you feel like you're getting a cramp in your neck, you go ahead and lower them down onto your mat. Good. Give me 4 more. We're going to add on from here. And 3, and 2. This next one, you're going to drop down that left heel, and you're going to keep it there. You're going to also drop down that right heel. Good. So from here, you'll notice that my heels are digging into the ground. Go ahead and step it one right, one left, bringing it up, one right, one left. So you're going ahead and marching it out, and then bringing it back on up. Marching it out in front of you. Feeling the length. Good. So you're marching it out. You're digging those heels in. So it's right, right. Good. Right, left, right, left. Good. Stepping it out on marching it out. Good. In 4, we're going to go ahead and incorporate both those heels and dig them into the mat. Good. Finding that nice control here. Good. Making sure that the lower back stays glued to the back of that mat because I have you guys in an imprinted spine. Good. Give me 4. You're going to go both heels. In 3. In 2. Last one. Let's go ahead and lift it and bring it back. Lift it and then bring it back. Lift it and then bring it back. Good. If at any point, again, if you feel that cramp, if you feel like you can't breathe, you can simply lower down those head, neck, and shoulders as you continue this motion with stepping out those heels. Good. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one right here, let's go ahead and float those legs on up to tabletop. Good. From here, now what I want, you're going to go ahead and extend those legs on up to the ceiling here. Good. From here, you're going to go ahead and begin to lower down that right leg down to 45. You're going to bring it back on up to 90 here. Good. And lowering down that left, bringing it back on up to 90. Good. Lowering it down, one right, and then one left. Getting that heart rate up here. Good. In 4, we're going to add on from here. In 3, and 2. This next one is you go ahead and lift that left leg back on up to 90. You're going to go ahead and bring those legs the width of the mat and then begin to bring those heels together. Go ahead and bring those legs out to the width of the mat and then come back center. Elbows still nice and wide. Unclench your jaw, relax your facial expression. We're just getting started with those abdominals. Good. Give me 4. We're going to add on in 3, and 2. This next one, as you go ahead and bring those legs out to the width of the mat, can you extend those arms and reach them in between? And then come back center, bring those hands back down behind that head. And inhale as you lower back down. As you exhale and lift everything on up, your legs go to the width of the mat, reaching it through. And then go ahead and slowly lower it back down. Good. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. Coming up a little bit higher each time here. Good. Give me 8, 7. Whoo, core is on fire. Give me 6. Give me 5 more. Give me 3. You're going to hold it on up. Hands are reaching through those legs. In 2. This next one, you're going to hold it on up here. Hold it on up here. Go ahead and see if you give me a little reach, lifting up those head, neck, and shoulders even a little bit more. Can you lift it higher? Good. Give me 8, 7. Exhale as you lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring those knees in towards those chests. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Whew. That core is warming up. You're going to begin to then now roll it on over to your right hand side. When you're over to the right hand side, you can simply be down onto the mat. Your right arm is extended out in front of you. You can simply place your head, resting it down here onto that forearm. All right, from here, your legs are long. Your hips are squared off. Good. That left hand is going to be placed in front of you. Good. Now from here, you're going to begin to then float both those legs on up and then lower them back down. So we're getting into those Pilates bananas, lifting it on up and then slowly lowering it back down. We're getting into those obliques here. Good. And lifting it on up and then slowly lowering it back down. These are not supposed to be big movements. You're supposed to have those hips squared off. How to know that they're squared off is that you should have a nice little gap between that rib cage and that mat. Good. You should be able to see those legs out the peripheral vision of your left eyeball. So they're not directly in line with that body. They're a little bit on out. You're going to engage those obliques, and that's exactly what I want you guys to be working here. Okay, lifting it on up and then slowly lowering it back down. Good. I know these are challenging and they're not supposed to be big. Good. Small and mighty, just like me. Good. Lifting it on up and then slowly lowering it back down. This next one is you lift up those legs. Can you give me a nice little pulse up at the top? And then slowly lower those legs back down. Can you lift them up? Nice little 2-count pulse and then slowly lower it back down. Good. Repeating this motion here. You guys got it. Working that core a lot here today on the mat. Lifting it on up and then slowly coming back down. Good. You guys are beautiful. You guys are stunning. Look at you putting in the work on your mat. In 4, you're going to hold those legs on up. In 3. In 2. This next one, hold those legs high right here. Can you go ahead and little tiny pulses up and down? Little tiny pulses up and down. Little tiny pulses. Good. You're not putting too much weight into that hand that's in front of that chest. Good. You have it nice and controlled here. Give me 4. Give me 3. You're still going to hold it in 2. This next one, hold those legs high. Now with that bottom leg, that right leg, you're going to begin to then lower it down towards the mat and then lifting it back on up to meet that left. So you're getting into those inner thighs, lowering down that right leg to the mat and then lifting it back on up. Good. Getting into those inner thighs here. You guys got it. Breathe. 8. 7. Yes, you can. 6. 5. Don't give up now. Give me 4. Give me 3. Give me 2. This last one, hold it up high here. Hold it here. Can you lift up those legs even higher? Can you hold it here? Good. Little tiny pulses up and down. Little tiny pulses up and down. Good. Give me 8. 7. Continue to pulse. Burn it out. Give me 6. Give me 5. I know these are challenging. Give me 4. 3. 2. This next one, slowly lower down those legs. Excellent, excellent work. Now from here, you're going to slide it on up to the mat. You're going to be down on that right knee with that left leg extended. Okay. With that left leg extended, your hands can come to heart center, prayer, or you can simply rest them on your shoulders. Resting them on your shoulders is going to keep those shoulders out of that neck and down. So keeping those chests shining nice and bright, shining your heart. Good. I'm just going to go ahead and adjust myself here. That left leg is long, or you can have it, and then you can also have those hands prayer. Now from here, We're simply going to drop it, our right elbow down to our right side, and then lifting it back on up. Dropping down that right elbow, and then lifting it back on up. Good, so we're getting into those obliques here. It is a still full body movement, still full body class. Just really focusing on those obliques here today. Excellent, excellent work. Good. So the only thing that really drops is that upper spine. It's not going to be any of that lower spine here. Dropping it down, lifting it on up. You should feel that nice little pinch right here as you lift it on up, especially after we did those bananas. Good. Give me 8. We're going to go ahead and add on from here. Give me 6. Give me 5. And 4, you're going to hold it down to the right-hand side. In 3, we're going to add on and open up those chests. In 2, this next one, you're going to drop it down to the right-hand side. We're going to open up that chest. You're going to twist that upper body up, facing up towards the ceiling to the left-hand side. Keeping those hips forward. You're going to go ahead and twist it on back, lifting it back on up to our starting position. So you're going to drop it down, open up that chest, come back center, lifting it back on up. Drop it down to the right, open up that chest, feel that twist, come back center, lifting it on up. So drop, twist, center, lift, drop, twist, center, lift, drop, twist, center, lift, drop, twist, center, lift. Good. 8, 7, give me 6, give me 5, give me 4, give me 3. You're going to hold it down low to the right-hand side in 2. This next one, hold it down lower here. Little tiny pulses, little tiny pulses, little tiny pulses. Good. Give me 4. You're going to reach those arms up above. In 3, in line with those ears. In 2. This next one, holding it down low. Can you reach those arms so that they're in line with those ears? Can you bring those hands back down towards that chest? Good. Can you reach them on up? Can you bring them slowly back down to your chest? Good. Reaching them on up, dropping them down. Good. Give me 4. You're going to hold it there with those arms above those heads. In 3. In 2. This next one, holding those arms up and out. Good. A little tiny lift up and down. Good. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to hold it here, hold it here. Can you bring your right hand down towards the mat? Can you go ahead and reach your left hand up towards the ceiling? You're going to kickstand your right foot. You're going to lift it on up with that left. Good. Go ahead and tap the ground down with that left, lifting it back on up. Floating and tapping that left leg down. Good. So you're looking down towards your mat. Good. In 4, we're getting into those glutes here a little. We're going to get and burn out those obliques one last time. In 3, you're going to hold up that left leg. In 2, this next one, holding up that left leg. Can you reach that left arm in front of you above that head, keeping that chest nice and bright? We got those nice elbow to knee crunches. So go ahead and give me that nice elbow to knee crunch and then reach everything out long. Good. For 10. That's all I need. 9. We're going to go ahead and grab the resistance band after this. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Extend everything out long. Hold it here. Hold it here. Little tiny pulses up and down towards the ceiling. Little tiny pulses up and down. Good. For 8, 7, 6, 5. You guys got it. In 4. Whew. 3. Burn it out. In 2. Last one. Hold it here. Hold it here. Hold it. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Whew. Wow, those obliques were on fire. Shake it out, shake it out. You guys got it. Give yourself a pat on the back and go ahead and grab a drink. You're going to go ahead and take that resistance band here. The resistance band is going to come above those elbows here as such. All right, so from the side, you're going to go ahead and be kneeling here, or you can simply stand if your knees are bothering you. Okay? You're going to hold it up those arms at a 90-degree angle. From here, you're going to go ahead and simply give me one right and then one left with those arms. One right and then one left. One right and then one left. You're not sinking it back. You're not sinking it forward. You're going to be nice and neutral in that spine. You're just working those arms here. Good. Having that resistance band on, fighting the tension there. Rolling the shoulders out of that neck. Good. You guys got it. Breathe. Fighting the tension here on this band. I love utilizing the resistance band, especially for upper body. Yes. Who says you need weights when you have a resistance band? In 8, you're going to go ahead and reach both hands on up. In 6, both at the same time. In 4, 3, 2. This next one, reach with both hands. So lift it up. Slowly dropping it down. Lift it up and then slowly lowering it back down. So you're fighting that tension on that band. Good. Roll the shoulders out of that neck. Unclench your jaw. Breathe. If you need to take a break at any point, I encourage you to take it. Otherwise, I want you following along with me. You guys don't need that resistance band to feel the burn. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to add on in 2. This next one, you're going to drop it down here. Can you bring those elbows out to the side and then bring them back in line with those shoulders, okay? So you're going to go ahead and bring them on out to the side and then bring them back in line. Good. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to combine both those movements. You're going to lift it up and then you're going to pulse those elbows out wide. In 3, in 2. We ready for it? Let's get into that combo. Last one. Let's get into it. So pulse it up, drop it down, pulse those arms out, and then bring it in. So lift, pulse, lift, pulse, lift, pulse. Yes. Ooh, we feel the burn. Lift, pulse, lift, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, you're just going to pulse those arms up and down. So pulse it up and down, pulse them up and down. Good. In 4, you're going to hold it out at that 90-degree angle. In 3, we're going to add on. In 2, I love to burn out the arms. Last one, I know. Go ahead and drop down that right arm, reaching it in front of you. Go ahead and bring it back on up at that 90-degree angle. Go ahead and drop down that left, bringing it back on up to 90. Extending that right in line with that right shoulder, bringing it back on up. Dropping down that left, bring it back on up. Good. So you're alternating those arms here. They're coming out and reaching in front of you. Excellent, excellent work. Give me 8, 7, 6. We got both hands. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Both hands right here. So reach them long, bending them back in. Or reach them long. Oh my goodness. Bring it back on up. Reach them long, bending them back in. Reach them long, bending them back in. Good for 8, 7. You're going to hold them long. In 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, holding them long here, hold them long here. Just go ahead and bring those arms out, bring them in, pulse them out, bring them in, pulse them out, bring them in, fight gravity. 8, 7, go ahead and pick up the pace if you can. Give me 6, 5, burn out the shoulders. Give me 4, going a little bit quicker. Give me 3 more. Give me 2. Yes, you can. Last one. Go ahead and drop it on down. Roll those shoulders out of that neck. Maybe giving it one right upper cross, one left. Maybe giving it a nice tricep stretch. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and lose that band. You're going to go ahead and lay down onto your left side. We got those left obliques. From here, you're going to be down on that left-hand side. That left arm is reaching above that head, left ear down, legs long, right hand in front of that chest. Hips squared off. Begin to float those legs on up, and then simply lowering them back on down. Lifting up those legs, and then slowly lowering it back down. So here, you might need to get a little bit situated first, and that's okay. You're not placing too much weight into that hand down on the mat. It's just to help you preventing from going forward and moving backwards. Lifting it on up and then slowly coming back down. Your hips are squared off here. Again, you have that nice little gap between that rib cage and the ground. You're unclenching your jaw, you're smiling, and you're breathing. That is the number one thing. You have to breathe, have fun, enjoy the burn, enjoy the shake. Good. You should see those legs, again, once more, out of the peripheral vision of your right eyeball. They're not directly in front of you. Good. Now, the key for these bananas is to be really lying down so you're on your left cheek. I know it may seem a little bit more challenging, but it's about having that spine in one long line and engaging those obliques here. Lifting it on up and then slowly coming back down. Lift. Good. In 4, we're going to go into that 2-count pulse up at the top with those feet. In 3, and 2. Let's go ahead and get into those 2-count pulses. So when you lift it on up, giving me that tiny little 2-count pulse, and then slowly inhale, lower back down. Exhale as you lift, giving me that 2-count pulse. Inhale as you slowly lower back down. Good. You guys got it. Good. Excellent, excellent work. You guys look fabulous on your mat. Good. Maybe changing something new, maybe leveling up, maybe trying something that you didn't do in the past. In 4, you're going to hold those legs on up. We got those pulses. In 3, in 2, getting into those right obliques, like holding up both those legs, holding them here. Little tiny pulses as those legs are lifted. Reaching with that left arm, feeling that nice squeeze within those right obliques. Good. Give me 4. You're going to hold those legs high. We're going to get into those inner thighs. You guys already know. In 2. This next one, hold it up here. Slowly lower down that bottom leg, that left leg down to the ground, and then lifting it back on up to meet that right. Lowering down that left foot. Lifting it back on up to meet that right. Yes. Hello, inner thighs. Where have you been? That right leg stays up and lifted while that left leg reaches on up. Still working those obliques here. Excellent, excellent work. In 4, you're going to hold it on up with that left leg. We're going to pulse it out and we're going to burn it out. In 3, in 2. This next one, holding up that left heel on up to meet that right. Little tiny lifts up and down, little tiny lifts. Good, small but mighty, making big impacts, making big changes here. Give me 8, 7, 6, whoo. Give me 5, breathe with me, and 4, 3, 2, hold hold it here, hold it high, hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down those legs. Whew. My right oblique was just sent to heaven. All right, so now we're going to get a little bit deeper into those. So you're going to come on up. You're going to be on your left knee. You're going to extend your right leg on out to the side. With that right leg extended on out to the side, your hips are pressing forward. Again, those hand placements can be in front of that chest or up top onto those shoulders. It is really up to you. From here, you're going to drop down that left elbow down to the side, and then you're going to lift it on up. Dropping down, and then lifting on up. Good. This is not meant for speed. This is for intention with purpose, making that upper spine do all the work, dropping it down, lifting it on up. So notice how my hips kind of stay forward and they don't really have any movement. That is where I want you to be. It doesn't matter about you going all the way down to the side because then you lose that control. It is about that control with intention and purpose. Good. Excellent job. Keeping those elbows nice and wide and then lifting it on up. Good. You guys look fabulous, making me so proud. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love it. Sweating it on out, practicing movement. This is exactly where I need you guys to be. Good. In 4, we're going to go ahead and hold it down low. In 3, in 2. This next one here, you're going to hold it down low. Now, this is where we go ahead and twist that upper body open to the right-hand side. You're going to come back center and then lifting it back on up. Good. Repeating that motion. So you're going to drop it down, twist it open, come back center, lifting it on up. Drop, twist, center, lift, drop, twist, center, lift, drop, center, twist, lift, drop, center, twist, lift. Good. Give me 8. You're going to hold it down low to the left-hand side. In 7, continue to breathe. In 6, I know when we work those obliques, especially for someone like me, I feel like I can't breathe. So I like to give you guys constant reminders to breathe because I don't want you guys holding your breath. I can't perform CPR through the screen with you. Good. Give me 3. Give me 2. Feeling that nice twist. This last one, holding it down low to the left-hand side. Little tiny lift up and down. A little tiny lift. Good. For 8. You're going to hold it down low. We're going to add on reaching those arms up above so that they come in line with those ears. In 4, 3, 2. This next one, holding it down low here. Hold it. Go ahead and reach those arms and then come back down to heart center. Good. Can you reach those arms? Can you come back center? Whew. Give me 8, 7, 6. Reach them long. 5. I'm right there with you. 4, 3, 2. This next one, hold them out long. Hold them on out long. Good. Little tiny pulses up and down with that upper body. Good. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Hold it here. Can you bring that left hand down towards the mat as that right arm reaches up towards the ceiling? You're going to kickstand that left knee down on the ground. You're going to lift it on up with that right leg here. Good. From here, you're going to go ahead and drop it down with that right leg, lifting it on up. Go ahead and drop it down. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift. Good. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding it on up with that right leg here. Can you reach that right arm above that head? Shining that chest nice and open. Good. Can you give me a nice elbow to knee crunch? And then reaching everything out long. Can you go ahead and give me that nice elbow to knee crunch? And then reaching and extending everything out long. Squeezing it in, reaching everything out long. Squeeze it in. Good. I love these, but it just felt fitting from where we were at. In 4, you're going to reach everything long. In 3. In 2. This next one, you're going to reach everything out long here. Good. Can you give me a tiny little lift up and down towards the ceiling? Good. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, go ahead and lift it back on up. Re-find your breath here. Shake it out. Grab a drink. Towel off. How do you feel? I hope you guys feel good. You guys should, because you've been putting in a lot of work on the mat today. Excellent, excellent work. Now, from here, you're going to go ahead and grab that resistance band. Good. You're going to grab that resistance band, and it's going to come above those knees. You're going to go ahead and float it down towards onto your backs, onto your mat. Good. Those feet are going to be planted down onto the mat. Those hands are going to be reaching. Okay. From here, you're going to begin to articulate that pelvic floor down and up into that mat. So you're finding and you're warming up that spine here. Good. We're going to get into some bridging here. In 8. In 7. You're going to lift it on up, flat back. In 6. I'm shaking. In 5. Rib cages are down. Give me 4. Belly button in. In 3. In 2. This next one right here, you're going to have that nice flat back, and you're going to lift up those hips on up to the ceiling, reaching those arms in front of you, lifting up those hips. Good. And then slowly lowering it back down, flat back only, lifting it on up, lowering it back down to the ground, lifting it on up. Good. Rib cage stays pulled in. Your belly button is up. Good. Above that heart. Good. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one right here, you're going to hold it on up high with those hips raised on up. Hold it high here. Now, can you go ahead and give me tiny little pulses, squeezing those glutes together, squeezing those glutes. It's a tiny, small 1-inch movement. You're lifting those hips up and up and up. Good. Lifting it up. Lift, 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 lift. Good. Give me 8, 7. We're going to add on in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to hold those hips high. Hold it high. Can you go ahead and lift up that right heel? Can you drop it down? Can you lift up that right heel again? Can you drop it down? Can you lift it on up and then drop it down? Good. Keeping those hips high. In 8, you're going to float that right leg up to tabletop, shifting that weight down mainly into that left. In 6, 5, 4, close your eyes if you need to. In 3, 2. This next one, can you float that right leg up to tabletop, biting the tension on that band and then tapping the ground down. Floating that right leg up and then tapping the mat down. Floating it up, tapping it down. Good. For 8, 7, keeping those hips high. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, holding that right leg up to tabletop. Little tiny pulses, little tiny pulses. Good. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5. You're going to drop down that right leg and you're going to lift up that left heel. Now we got that left side in 4, 3, 2. This next one, go ahead and drop down that right foot. Good. Flipping it on up, lifting up that left heel. Checking in with those hips, making sure that they're high, dropping down that left heel. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Good for 8, 7. You're going to then place that weight down into that right foot, floating that left leg up to tabletop in 3, 2. This next one, let's float that left leg. So begin to float that left leg up to tabletop. Go ahead and tap the ground down. Can you float it on up to tabletop? Can you tap the mat down? Can you float it up and then tap the mat down? In 6, you're going to hold it on up. Little tiny pulses up and down. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding that left leg up. Can you go ahead and lift little tiny pulses up and down with those hips? Lift it up and up and up and up. Good for 8, 7, 6. We're not done. You're going to drop down that left leg to the ground, keeping those hips lifted. In 3, in 2. This next one, go ahead and drop down that left foot, keeping those hips nice and stable, refinding your focus here. Good. From here, you're going to lift both those heels up and then lower back down. Lift those heels up and then lower back down. Good. So when I count you in, you're going to keep those heels raised and you're going to bring those knees out to the width of the mat and then dropping down those heels. Good. So when you lift those heels up, you're going to give me a pulse out and in, and then you're going to drop those heels in 4, 3, 2. This next one, holding it up, pulse those knees out, bring it in, drop those heels, lift, pulse, drop, lift, pulse, drop. Good. Repeating that motion, just getting into those glutes. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one, hold it high in those, off those heels. Go ahead and pulse those knees out and in. Just pulsing them out and in. Good for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold those hips high, hold them high. Can you now pulse them up and down? Good. Pulsing them up and down. You're up onto those balls of those feet. Those heels are lifted. Pulse those hips up and down. Good for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you lift those hips higher? Can you lift them higher? Can you hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop those heels. Lower it back down onto your mat. Whew. Excellent, excellent work. Go ahead and drop that resistance band. Lose it. You're going to go ahead and flip it on over. I haven't given you guys any planks today. What is wrong with me? That's not very nice. All right, so from here, you're going to go ahead and flip it on over to all fours. You're going to extend that right leg behind you, and then you're going to extend that left. So you're up in a nice high plank. Good. From here, your gaze is down towards the mat. The energy is shooting out through the crown of the head, through those heels. You're just holding it here. Good. Now, in 5, the magic number today is 5. So in 5, the magic number is 5. You can take them however you need to. We got 5 push-ups. I know, everybody's favorite. Good. In 5, we're going to go ahead and give me some nice push-ups going to our breath. Inhale when you drop it down. Exhale when you press. In 3, 2. This next one, let's get into those push-ups. So dropping it down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2. Last one. Hold it on up. Hold it on up. Good. Hold it here. Hold. I am shaking too. This class was not easy at all, but you guys powered through. Good. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This last one. Go ahead and find a nice child's pose. Sending those bums on back, dropping down those pelvic floors down to the ground, dropping it and releasing any tension in that lower back. Finding a nice child's pose here. Refinding your breath. Go ahead and take a nice inhale. And then exhale. Letting that body relax. Go ahead and take another nice big inhale. And then exhale. Letting it on out. Good. Maybe walking those hands on over to the right side of your mat, looking over that right arm. You're going to feel that stretch down that left oblique here. Can you walk those hands back center? Can you walk those hands now over to the left side of your mat? Looking over to the left-hand side. I can see you feeling that stretch all the way down the right side of your oblique there. Good. It probably feels really good from the work that we did today. Go ahead and walk those hands back center. From here, you're going to lift it on up to all fours, and then you're going to go ahead and kickstand, coming down onto those bums. Excellent, excellent work. You guys have 2 breaths. From here, you're going to go ahead and take a nice big inhale. Exhale, letting everything on out. Go ahead and take another nice big inhale here. Exhale, letting everything on out. Let's go ahead and grab one more for good luck. Go ahead and take another nice big inhale, reaching those arms up above. Exhale as you bring those hands down to heart center. You guys should be so proud of the work that you did today on your mat. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than being on the mat here with each and every single one of you. Excellent, excellent job. You guys did amazing, amazing work. I'm so proud of you. And I can't wait to see you guys next time on the mat here. Bye.